Hello. Today I just wanted to talk about interview technique because quite a few people might have interviews coming up for Oxford, Cambridge or other universities. I think that what the interviewer is looking for is a couple of things. Firstly, they want to take students who are going to be interesting to teach, and so this is why they're looking for people who are able to express opinions, to go beyond their textbook understanding and apply economic concepts to the real world. And one of the main tests is whether people are able to speak confidently and have a good basic general knowledge and ability to express ideas. The kind of questions which are going to be asked are most likely questions which are offering people the opportunity to express opinions about current events or theories of economics. I don't think they're likely to be kind of academic style questions in explain the model of Harrod-Dunbar growth theory or what is a Marshall learner condition. They're not. It's not like the A-level exam at the end of the year. The kind of questions most likely to be asked is something like, do you think the government should bail out banks? A question like that is quite open-ended. It's not necessarily a right answer, but they'll be interested to know how you approach it and whether you can grasp some of the issues at stake. Other questions which I might be tempted to ask if I was an interviewer would be perhaps, which economist do you most admire and why? If you were the Chancellor of the Exchequer, what would you like to do and why? Should the economy be run by elected politicians or should we leave it in the hands of professional economists? What should the West do to help developing countries? Do we have a moral responsibility to help reduce poverty in the third world? So these kind of questions, you want to think about how you answer them, and really the best thing you can do is practice. People spend hours revising for exams, and you really should spend a bit of time kind of revising for an interview. Now this doesn't mean that you're going to read through your textbook. You want to be reading selected bits of a newspaper. You want to be reading perhaps some articles in a magazine like The Economist. But most importantly, you want to find somebody who is able to ask you questions like that and see how you get on. Because I know in my school some of my students, they're a bit nervous about the idea of a mock interview. But if you're nervous about the idea of a mock interview, then you'll be very much unprepared for the real thing. So, where possible, it's good to have a mock interview with a teacher or somebody who can think of questions to ask and see how you cope under pressure. And however you do, I'm sure you will get better if you do it 2 or 3 times before a real exam, a real interview. So in one sense you can't prepare for an interview because you never know what they're going to ask, but what you can do is just practice talking on questions and issues that are likely to come up. And then there's all the basic things like dressing smartly, not over the top, and giving an impression that you'd be a good student, because at the end of the day they want to take people who would be good to teach. Anyway, good luck.